I've just fitted this ring bumper onto the front of the Defender. Looks quite nice. It's going to be nice when it gets wired up. It comes with a fancy sort of, call it an automatic switching unit. I think that's we call it in the trade a relay. But anyway, it's all wired up, ready to go. You just have to connect it to your battery and to the lamp for some reason, for your headlamps or whatever. And yeah, it's quite nice. Couple of things. Well, it doesn't come assembled, which is a bit of a disappointment, but it doesn't really matter. The rubber end caps come with this particular kit, which is nice. They finish that corner off really nice. Well, a couple of things to notice when you buy this sort of alleged kit. The bolts that hold the bumper on don't come with the kit. Just be aware of that. So if you're going to, like me, you're 3,000 miles away from a kit, you have to put the old set on, and you know, when we get a new set, we'll put new bolts in. In fact, I think I might just put stainless bolts in there. They'll look nicer. A couple of other things. I've put the lamps in upside down. I didn't realise until I fitted it there was actually a top marked on the lamp, but when it comes pre-assembled in the box, like in the ring box, they need to be inverted, so just be careful of that. Also, just to make life a little bit more interesting, they have these self-adhesive pads that go between the bracket and the light itself. They really do hinder adjusting the light, so I'm not sure whether they're a good idea or not. Another bad idea, all the fixings are just mild steel bolts and just plated in that really light Chinese zinc. Not very good at all. So I'm going to put some stainless fittings on that, and I'll take them out again, put new fittings in, but I'll wire it all up and adjust it first. But really, the effect is quite good. I think it looks sort of discreet. It's got a modern feel to it, but without being too gaudy. So next thing we're going to do is fit the front. Before I fit the front on, I'm going to change the headlamps. I've got some new headlamps in glass with a plastic backing bowl to go on, just to get rid of the rust. But these are Lucas H4 type of light fittings, and sadly over 30 years have got corroded at the bottom. Just needs a bit of an update. Now these are a little bit different to get the light out, because it's held in by a big spring at the back. Sometimes they have a single screw around here somewhere. You take it out and to take the whole unit out. I'll show you that when we put the new ones in. But unfortunately on this one, it looks like we've got to take all the unit off completely, you know, like the outer ring, before we can get to the spring. Well, we don't maybe need to take the spring off. Ah, there's the spring. Look. There, you see there's a spring in there? But we need to get access to these bolts to take the ball out. I don't know if you can focus very well on here, but maybe if I move it around a bit you can see that the chrome's starting to come off, and the deflector inside is all rusted. Not too bad considering they've had a good service, but let's see if we can get the rest of this light out. There's 4 screws on it. Where's the other one? Oh, there's one missing. There's another one. I think the chaps at the paint shop have had these up, I don't know. Might not, I don't know, I don't maybe not, maybe they didn't take them out, I don't know. There we go. Now, the steel headlamp bowls have held up remarkably well from 1992. They've done very, very well. And all we're going to do now is unplug the wires from the harness. Oh, they won't come out. There we go. There, that's that out. And you can see now, look at that. See, this is beauty about buying cars from Spain. Very little rust. We could use that again, but we're not going to. We're going to put some new ones on. We're going to put some plastic ones on. So what we have is a modern model. These are by Wipac with the black plastic, with the black surround, which looks nice. And it should come with these are the right hands. Yeah, I've got some quad optics. These are nice quality. They used to come with Britrest own ones, but these are obviously English ones and Wipac. And what the big difference is, they don't come. Are these right-hand or left? I think these are left-hand drive ones. Oh yeah, these are left-hand drive. Had me worrying. I was having kittens there for a minute. I thought I'd got the right-hand drive ones. Yeah, see how nice they look compared to these ones. You see that nice shine? And glass too. I like glass ones. The plastic, I'm going to put LED bulbs in these, but I'm not going to fit those LED bulbs that are all, you know, like the new Chinese ones. I don't like those at all. They don't look nice. So let me get some LED bulbs out and fit those. Now just before I go, there's one thing I really noticed with the old Britrest bulbs. They used to have a little shield inside here. Let's take this one out and I'll show you. See inside there's a little deflector shield. Now on the Britrest ones you had to cut that out to put the LED bulbs in. Now there I've done something I shouldn't have done. I shouldn't have touched the halogen bulbs, because the salts off your fingers can deteriorate the bulb very quickly. But it doesn't really matter, because we're going to put some different ones in. Let me go and get them. These are the LED bulbs I'm going to be using. I did a video about that once before. I'll put a link at the top. In this instance, we don't have a rubber grommet that goes over the back of the light. I don't know why that is, but these seem to be different. But I mean, we're not going to go underwater or anything like that. When you're fitting these bulbs, there's only one position, one way around they'll go. There's a big heavy tang at the top. Goes in like that, and then you fit the clip, which might be a bit tricky. Well, let's see. Oh, I don't know if you can see. Probably fitting. Trying to do this and talk to you guys is. Come on, go on. There's one side. There. So that's the LED fitted in the housing. Now, something very important, again I mentioned before, we're going to put a choke on it. We're going to put a choke on this lead here to stop any interference, because if you ever put a radio in this car, unfortunately some LEDs do make a bit of interference. The chokes don't come with the lights, but they're only cheap if you buy plenty on eBay. They're not very expensive at all. But I'm going to double wrap this one, if you can see what I mean, see what I'm doing, and snap it shut, if it will. There we go, and that's done. So So there you go. Now it's got a choke on, it's interference free. Now we can assemble this into the harness, into the car, sorry. Now you notice I pulled the wiring harness out of the truck here. I need this bit. So I'm going to pull out this grommet out of here and try and salvage up this here. But before I do that, I'm going to put this through the bead blaster and clean up all the connections. And I'll be back in a minute. One of the next jobs we've got to do is fit this ring to the headlamp, so it's got somewhere to go. These are, like I said, this is the newer style. It's just got one mounting bolt here. We'll take this off. Right, we'll put that screw to one side, and then we slide off these fittings here, like this, look. See, they move at an angle, and then that bit comes off. Now, what we've got to really work out before we do all that, let's put it back on again, is which is the top and which is the bottom. Now, this piece here is the bottom. Let me take the ring off, and I'll move it to one. Well, look there, maybe you can see. That bit's the bottom. On some of the old headlamps with the big chrome surrounds on, there used to be a clip that goes through there so you could put a screw in. This is most important so we know that this is the top, because you can put these clips on wrong sometimes and it gets most frustrating. So knowing that that is the top, this is the top of our light here, so we want that to go like that. Alright, so when we look around inside the lamp, we'll find some predestined little marks here for the lamp to go on. I just put one on for now and then take one off at a time. Now again, it's not recommended you do this in your garden on top of grass, because you can lose the flipping things. They're a bit fiddly. And then, once you've got those, you take those bits out, and then you can put your screws back in. Like that, look. There's one. And then put the one in here. There are sort of variations on a theme, but it doesn't really matter. Now, once we've got that on, so once they're all nicely fastened on, we're going to take our anti-corrosion spray, we've forgotten it left, and give these a damn good anti-corrosion. Is that a word? It is now. So that is now ready to go. Looks nice, eh? Kind of sexy. One downside about these kits is they don't come in with any fastenings. They used to do. I had a look in the box and I don't think there's nothing in the box. Well, we're going to put some stainless screws on now. We'll move the camera, I'll show you how we do it. So we're going to fit the plastic ring. And remember, this bit, which I was telling you earlier, that bit's the bottom. Alright, don't put it any other way because it won't work. And all we've got to do now is simply screw it in, line up the holes, now a little trick is to put all the screws in first loose. Don't do them all tight, don't tighten them up one at a time, because you'll end up in a bit of trouble. Just do loose. And of course, Wipac stuff was originally fitted to Land Rover, so everything lines up. And headlamps for British cars were all very much the same, there wasn't much difference. Now I'm going to cheat a little bit here when I come to put the headlamp in, because I'm going to take the inner wing off, the plastic arch off again when I do the wheels and do the wiring, and I'm going to do it all at once. So I'm just going to push the wires through, but you can get through inside here and join your wires up again. It's no big deal. But now I'm going to fit the headlamp. Like you can see, all the connections nice and clean. You don't have to take the inner wing off, but we had to take it off just to get to this cable. We had to take the wiring off. And usually you just unplug this piece and then it's alright, but in this case we couldn't do that. So, there's plenty of wire, that's a nice thing. Hook it onto your adjusters, get it the right way around, and then hook it onto your adjusters. It's very early, you know. It's 5:30 in the morning. I just want to get on with this job. Put it in, take this, too much anti-corrosive. Now this is really important getting this back in, because those two slots, them two screws at the top have got slots in. Let me get this screw in and I'll show you on another headlamp for the adjuster. There you go. Don't they look the bee's knees? Before and after, they're going to look nice. Let me show you about that adjustment slot. There is one retaining screw here, holds the retainer onto the plastic mounting. Just take that off, put it to one side. And the headlamp is held on by these little clips, you know, these adjusters here. This is for your headlamp aim. Now what's really important is, like I say, these are on slots. You see me take it out? A lot of people put them this way and then they can't adjust the lamp. They go into that little slot and then that will move together. So, I hope you like that. It's really easy to change headlamps, and it's really easy to change them to LEDs. You could put the H4 bulbs in, it doesn't really matter. But anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you learned a little bit of something. It wasn't much to learn really, it was just changing a headlamp. But I'll get on and do the wiring, and then we'll fire all the front up and see what it looks like. Alright, talk to you later.